I want to get right into your story. Tell me a little bit about what you guys do and how it all got started.
Well, I appreciate that. We're really focused on partner businesses, companies that want to work with us. We don't want to work just for them. We want to work with them. And the bottom line is helping them succeed by getting the most out of technology. Technology is a tool. It's like any other thing that you have. We want to make sure companies are able to maximize the investment they have in that technology. Ultimately, the goal is to profit from it, to positively impact the bottom line. And we show companies how to really strive for that and focus on that, such as they get that return from their technology.
Now, what are a couple of types of companies that you've helped? Because when I sit there and I hear technology is an ether. It's a big ball of fog, okay? So clear the fog. Give us a couple of examples.
Great question. And it's interesting now, technology has penetrated so many different areas. We do rely on it every day. In fact, there aren't really companies out there that don't rely on technology.
Absolutely.
However, the companies that we typically work with are line different industries, but professional services industries, CPA firms, law firms are prevalent. Even nonprofits. We work quite a bit with nonprofits. And some say, nonprofits, they don't have money to spend on technology. But let's face it, every company now has a budget line item for technology now. Also, community banks is another successful area we've had. But at the end of the day, it's not so much the industry, it's more of companies that want to make sure and get that return on their technology dollar.
So, what I'm trying to clarify, it sounds like you guys do everything from the PC to the cloud and kind of everywhere in between, or how much of that space do you actually dominate?
When it comes to the PC to the cloud, it's a great point because technology, even as we've sat here, technology's been changing.
Right.
At the same time, the cloud, that you talking about that ether, a lot of people still don't understand what the cloud means. In fact, if you ask 10 different people, what does the cloud mean, you're going to get probably 20 different answers. Truth be told, though, taking the time to ask a company what their long-term goals are, how they succeed in their business process, what they do, what their employees do, their teams do on a day-by-day basis, affects what type of solution they might really want to consider implementing in their business. We have many customers that have embraced the cloud. That is something that we do. We have many customers that part of their business, because of what it does, makes sense in the cloud, and part of it ultimately doesn't. So at the end of the day, whether that's supporting a computer at the desktop from a help desk standpoint, to making sure that servers are up and running, companies can do what they need to do when they need to do it, whether that lies in the cloud or in their office or a little bit of both, doesn't matter. Again, it's about the tool. You can use many different tools to solve a particular problem, but different companies have different needs. So we take the time to ask those questions to really bring some sense to what their needs are.
One of the things that I've seen is that you guys spend not only a great deal of time up front understanding the system, whatever that, if you want to call it ecosystem of that business is, all the way to the end product, end implementation. But then once you've got this process going, you really, I want to say, hold the hand of the client along the way. And you've got people in your company that are set up just to do certain aspects with backup all the way. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, yes, I would agree. A couple things we're doing. I'll give you a great example. This morning I took a phone call from a prospect, someone who got my name, a referral from someone else. Ultimately, what we do on the front end, and we'll do for them as well, as an assessment. We want to make sure we understand what they're doing, how they operate. And then we plug them into our APPS model, APPS, Administration, Projects, Procurement, and Strategy, and make sure that as we go along, you talk about hand-holding. It's almost the hand-holding together, we're working together. But ultimately, we want to make sure that we're administrating their networks appropriately, even working within their existing IT team. Projects go off smoothly. We have a full-time project manager. We have a full-time procurement manager for that portion. And then strategy, which is back to making sure we're communicating on an ongoing basis with that client. So I think that APPS model is really what makes our success.